This is 2007 Hyundai Azera. Customer came in with complaining that the battery dies overnight. We put the battery test on it. That's good. Alternator is good. We put multimeter on it. It draws 133, 136, which is way over normal draw. It should be around 30 up to 60 milliamps. So it should be that, not this. So we're gonna find out why. All doors are closed. No lights are on. Trunk is closed. We'll find out why it's killing battery overnight. Battery is new. Not new, but 323, which is fairly new. It's only a year old, a little over a year old. So battery's good. The easiest test first will be to remove fuses one by one and see if any of them brings it down. So Jim's gonna pull fuses out one by one. Let's see. Nothing. I'll tell you when. So he's pulling fuses one by one, and we're gonna find out to see what fuse is causing that. He's pulling fuses one by one so far. No changes. I removed this big fuse here. It went to zero. Something related to this fuse. So let's find out what this one is. Okay, this is the diagram. Right there, that 30 amp. It said interior. It said chiller box. That's the interior fuse box. So something internal fuses under the dash. Now we're gonna go under the dash and pull one by one and see what's causing that. This is the driver's side panel. There is a fuse box right here. It's a 138 still, and we know there is an interior fuse, the main 30 amp. By pulling out, it goes to zero. So we found a fuse which stated on this corner here, it says memory in Korean. There's a 15 amp. So as you can see, it's still 138. Jim, pull it out. It goes to zero. So we know it's something to do with the memory circuit on this one. So we're gonna take the radio out. There is a memory for the keyless entry module and also the radio. So we're going to take the radio out since they have an aftermarket radio. Let's see if that's what's causing it. We're going to take the radio out. It's 2007 Hyundai Azera. Customer is complaining the battery dies on overnight, and we know it's something to do with the memory circuit, so we're going to take the radio out. First thing we're going to do is remove 2 Phillips screws on the bottom of the dash panel, and this thing comes out. Should be there. There's another one on the side from the fuse box. We should be able to get this out. Okay. And we're going to take this wood grain trim out. Let me have a panel pop. Slide it off carefully. And there are 2 Phillips screws on the top. This bottom panel comes out. There should be a screw down there. Actually, there should be no panel, just a screw. Screw right here. So there's a screw here. Another one on the other side. We're going to remove that. Lift my head. So once you have all 4 screws out, you should be able to pull this entire panel out. Just pull it, pull it straight out. We're going to disconnect this clock on the top. It should be airbag. A lot of times airbag indication comes on when you disconnect them, but we have a reset, so we're going to disconnect. If you don't want to deal with resetting, just simply disconnect the battery before you disconnect the airbag indication. Alright, so disconnect the airbag indication, clock, heater control, and the entire bezel comes out. We're going to take 4 screws out. Okay, so we got the 4 screws out. Alright, so before we test it, let's go ahead, amplifier in the trunk on the passenger side. We're going to get to it. I'm going to take all these clips. I'm going to remove this entire panel on the passenger side. I don't know if there's anything to do with the water damage, but it looks like it's been rusted here. Okay, so we got the amp plug disconnected and also satellite disconnected here. Even though they look rusted here, but it still draws 130. So we know that's not the issue. Let's find out something else. We're going to take the door panel out to get to the main switch. First thing you're going to do is to remove this little cover here. There's a Phillips screw, and there is also another one on the bottom side. There's a little cutout here. Pull this out gently. Then there's a screw here underneath. We're going to remove that. Remove that. So you got these screws out. One here. Two down here. This. Then use a panel popper. Pry the entire door panel out. Should be able to pull it up. Remove this black chain out. There's actually one hidden screw underneath. So we're going to take a total of 4 screws out and pull it out. So the panel comes out pretty simple. The reason that I took the door panel apart is to disconnect the main switch to the keyless entry and the window switch. So we're going to disconnect that. It went down. Not 100%, but by disconnecting this, well, actually, you know what, Jim? We got some open. We got close the trunk. Okay, so by disconnecting this main window switch, it did go down, but not quite enough. So we're going to get to the next step is the BCM under the dash. To get to it, there's a knee guard, this metal plate held down with a 10mm bolt. Remove them, and you should be able to access the 2 10mm holding onto the BCM. The BCM is a black box behind this plug right here. There's a big black box held down with the 2 10mm, one on the top, one on the bottom. Once you remove, the BCM should come out. Those are 10mm bolt, 10mm nut. Alright, so we got the BCM disconnected. It went way down to where it's supposed to be, 36, 35 milliamps. So we know it's something to do with the BCM. Okay, so this is the BCM. What I've noticed on the bottom side, it looks like it's been wet. Alright, it looks like a rust mark here. Alright, this is a BCM. I separated it. I got bad eyes, so I'm going to put it under magnifying glass. As you can see, this module got wet at one point. So I suspect this module is damaged, and that's probably what's causing drain. So we're going to have to replace this. Let's see. It's a lot of the black marks on the magnifying glasses, and that's definitely been wet. Some components look damaged.